Today, 50% of the population lives in the cities. Urbanization is an irreversible phenomena, but are the walled cities prepared for this influx? Well, space designing is something that comes into picture here, where the designer segregates the space into different zones that are based on the future usage. Hello and welcome to Women Influencers Talk Show. My name is Sadaf and we bring to you all interviews of women from various walks of life and various fields who come on our show and share their success stories and life journeys. So before I proceed ahead and introduce our guest on today's show, let me urge you to subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and also share the link of our videos with your family and friends and help us influence each and every woman of the world with our initiative. Vidushi Mehrotra believes design is an arrangement among desires and requirements. She is a young entrepreneur and co-founder of Design Mischief Studio, which is redefining spaces with a fresh vision, amalgamated with designers' mischievous thoughts, turning them into an exceptional reality for the clients. Hello Vidushi, welcome to Women Influencers Talk Show. How are you doing and how is life in this pandemic?
Hi Sadaf, I think I'm doing great today because I'm on this show and life in pandemic. I think life in pandemic is pretense. As in, we were all running in a metropolitan lifestyle, doing so many things. I don't think so even we needed to do it. There was so much burden and sudden lockdown was like a slowdown, a break, and I think it's a wonderful break. I was happy, like doing so great in that pandemic time, and I have to make sure that next year, even if there's no lockdown, I'm gonna lock myself down for 1 month at least. I think you guys should do it too.
Well, everybody's got their own perspective of a situation and yours be it. So Design Mischief is your creative entrepreneurial venture, your vision being a dream to design a space that permits the designer to channel their mischievous thoughts to an exceptional reality for the clients. Can you please give us a deeper meaning of this vision statement?
So Design Mischief is not my baby. It has another parent and he's my partner in crime in a way that I design, I dream and he executes it. And yeah, so to answer your question, design is brain. There will always be brain involved in the design, right? But mischief adds a soul to it. Like, be naughty. I mean, there are so many possibilities. While you're a designer, you can be so much. So why be anything less than naughty? You should be different, and that is the whole crux of Design Mischief. It's about channeling our mischievous thoughts. That's what it is about.
Okay, so basically you envision a space and then you put in your creativity to design it. Now, as a child, did you see yourself becoming a designer with a strong purpose? And is there someone whom you look up to in the design field?
No, I never wanted to be a designer. I wanted to be an actor, but life takes you places. Yeah. But I think I was always born with a very strong will. Like, I had a heat of sun, a lot of passion in me. Whatever I was doing, whatever the thing was, I only had one thing in my mind. My mom told me, don't do anything just as is. Do everything with perfection. If even you are making a roti, do it with perfection. Perfection should define you, and that is what I've taken forward. To look up to, I think I have only two people, my mom, my sister. Of course, my brother is like a protective sense in my life, but my mom and my sister. So after losing my father, there was like a lot of energy. Like, I grew up in an environment wherein I was taught that, you create your own world. You don't have to be, thinking that a male member of a family would take care of you. You have to create your own path in your journey, and that is what goes on in my mind. At the age of 25, a lot of my friends are thinking of where to marry, what to do, and my focus has always been what to become, what to give society, and that actually really comes from my background, my upbringing, my sister and my mom, who are really powerful with a very strong will. Thanks to them.
Sure, Vidushi. Now, space is something which is a necessity for all the humans. How do you think it is different from yesteryears, and how do you design your clients' dreams holistically?
Space is a necessity today. It was tomorrow, yesterday, it will be tomorrow. It will always be important. I mean, weren't our ancestors who were living in cave needed a cave? Shelter is important. Either you use a shelter to shelter a book, like a library, or you do it to shelter yourself. Design will always be necessary, and the field I'm in is something wherein what you design remains for century, and it is a very prominent, and it defines your future. It defines the personality persona of the area. So it is a necessity in a lot of ways. Culturally also, architecture is prime, I say. What I do, I have a lot of pride in it.
Of course, after all, it's your vision that becomes a reality in front of your eyes, and who doesn't want to witness something like that up close and personal? Now, your venture, Design Mischief, prides in having a fearless attitude and approach towards interior designing. What would you like to say about that?
Yeah, we did a table. So a client came to us telling that I want a very particularly straight line bar and a room where I can accommodate my friends in and have a party also. He is a very huge room, and now he comes with a very straight line effect to it. But while we're designing it, we're like, why should we not create an element in that particular room that he also feels wow about? So there's this particular room which we have created a falling effect, anti-gravity. We have put two stones on the bottom, and to construct it, to make those stone itself stay, not the bar top, but the stones stay, was a challenge. And such challenges keep coming to us. And for us, what we do is we create those challenges for ourselves, and then we solve them on site. And that is the beauty of it. I mean, that's the fun of what we do. And I don't want to make simple almirahs. I want to make something that people stop and say, oh my god, somebody did it.
I'm sure, seeing you and your work, one can say how much hard work do you put in and how much attention is given to each and every detail in the design. How do you manage to design a place if two members of the same family have different choices? For example, if the husband prefers the antiques while the wife goes in for the contemporary design.
I think that's the best brief I can ever get, because having two contrary people trying to make something one is like you are trying to create a new concept of design. And isn't it interesting? I mean, if a husband likes a very, you said antique, right? And a wife likes
Contemporary
modern. Then we create maybe a very modern room with an antique bed, and it's a new design style altogether. And that's the fun of it. And I think I want that couple.
Alright, Vidushi, the spark in your eyes show how much passionate you are for your work, and that's so amazing. How do you think the home designing requirements have changed ever since COVID-19 started?
Sadly, no. I had an initiative of my own wherein I was designing some products. For example, now the COVID has come. There will be changes in lifestyle. We will keep forgetting our masks. We would have to sanitize our hands before we enter premises. So we did some product design development for the same, wherein it was like a reminder, technology reminder to take a mask while you're going, the technology reminder that it's time to sanitize your hands and stuff like that. But to be very honest, there's not a lot of application in terms of the market happening, because as of what we feel that we were very lucky to be doing projects while lockdown was on. We were doing a lot of consultancy at that time, because there was a period of time wherein people had a free time, wherein they can actually just stop stressing about the rents they have to pay and they can just explore the design. So while we were talking about it, we did a lot of brainstorming, but there's no such change, I would say. I go to places, I see sanitizer stands and stuff, but people are not used to it. It's not like a plague wherein people have adopted to it. But definitely healthy lifestyle had come much before COVID. A lot of people were wanting plants in their houses and a lot of system wherein they can have fresher air. That sustains, but not a very major change, I would say.
Okay, Vidushi, how do you think a woman in this field can prepare herself to face the challenges with the ever-changing designing needs?
I think ever-changing design need is a good part of this particular field. It keeps you entertained. While challenges definitely include that you have to understand that you're not in this alone. You're in this as a team. You have to be a leader. You have to lead a lot of people. While leading a lot of people, there's I would say sometimes when you go to a site, some labor will not take you very seriously because you're a beautiful looking girl who has done some makeup. So that's a crime that you're like, how would she know a detail? How can she tell us? And they do come from a background wherein they do not believe women should be working. You have to deal your ways out of it. And sometimes that dressing up comes as a character, strong character for a client who believes that you have a strong will to take this project forward. So there's gonna be like a extremes while you're in this field you have to deal with, and you need to have your own way out to deal with it strongly, maturely, and have a balance with it.
Sure, every profession has their tips and tricks and pros and cons. What advice would you like to give to all the dynamic women who want to break the barrier and charge ahead?
Man, I love you girls who try and do that. I'm in for it. As many people I know, because I want women to do that. I'm trying. Sometimes when I'm growing, as a woman itself, I'm talking about away from my friends. I don't want to name anybody or make anybody feel bad about what they're planning to do in their life. But when I see a passionate woman, it makes me so damn happy. I want more of you. And in any way possible, I would like to help them, and yeah, you should do it.
Right, and it goes without saying, and to quote Oprah Winfrey, if you are a woman, it is difficult not to be a feminist. Any career advice that you would like to give to all the young women who want to venture into interior designing career, and what options are open for them?
So there's a difference between interior decorator, spatial planner, and an architect. While architect is known to deal with structure, there's a structural engineer for that. So there's a lot of delegation in the field we are in, if you call it as interior designing. So that we have to understand first, right? What I do is spatial planning. I get a space, I visualize it, I envision it, and I create an experience out of it. Now this is one particular thing you can do in the field. While you can be an interior decorator, so to explain it much better, what we'll do is you get a piece of land and there's somebody who tells we want to build this kind of space here. That's an architect or a spatial planner is what I'm talking about. You can be a part of that team, right? And you can work in an office. There are a lot of great architects there who are working and who would need very energetic people. Then there's second stage that comes in where the walls are up and people say, oh, I don't know what to put here, what color to put here, and how to decorate it. And what bed should I put? Should I go for a Chesterfield or a modern bed without any quilting? So that is a job of a decorator actually, and that's also a very interesting job, and you can do that. There's a parallel line to it. You can create products, like you can create furniture pieces. You can be just a designer for furniture who designs if the bed's leg should look like that, or maybe or should look like in a metal or wood. That is another field. While to top it off, there's furnishing also. And somebody who is already built a beautiful home would need somebody to do some bed sheets for them, or some kind of maybe lighting. Furnishing can also include that, some kind of dining set to decorate it. That is also a piece of work you can do. Depends what you like. Or maybe just shoot, or maybe write for a magazine. You just have a passion for something. It's a very vast field and you can be a part of it in so many ways. You just have to have a passion for what you want to do.
Thank you, Vidushi, for explaining it all so well, and I'm sure our viewers would have found it so helpful. Lastly, what are your thoughts about our initiative?
The questions that were flowing at me were very educational, and people don't talk about those things with me, and I was so happy to do that with a woman to woman, and it was a very nice show. I loved the questions, loved answering, gave me a more purpose and more strength to what I do. So I think I would love to watch other people also come here and share their thoughts. It's a beautiful initiative.
Thank you so much, Vidushi, for coming on our show and gracing us with your presence. It was a pleasure talking to you and knowing more about you. Wishing you all the very best in your future endeavors. And before I say goodbye to all you beautiful people, I would request you to subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, and also share the link of our videos with your family and friends. So till we meet next time again, take care, stay safe, and be happy.